welcome to the Must Love Yarncast.
Here we are.
Here we are. It's
the dreariest day
super
ever.
dreary. It's a Sunday. Had to adjust our recording schedule a little bit because we cannot record tomorrow. And then as we looked forward, it was...
I'm gone the rest of the week, pretty much.
Who knows? So here we are, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So we are still here at our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont.
Yep.
Where we sell most of the things we're going to show you today.
All of them. Well,
most. I say most of the things because sometimes the stuff that I'm working on, like I'm using yarn from Stash at times, or
that's what I have as well to some degree.
As I was fussing up to Jen that some of my more recent projects have required some line brand.
That's what happens when you go to Joann's to buy fleece.
No.
You shouldn't walk over into the yarn section.
I know I shouldn't ever.
They have good little crafty things. So we've
do.
talked before, and I think maybe we should look at it again. We've talked before about having
they have some nice stuff, and it's a pretty decent price point for people. But anyway, all right, I digress. So
once again,
you can find the store out on social media as Must Love Yarn. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, maybe a few other places that I'm not even aware of, but those are the main ones.
Mm-hmm.
So and
Instagram.
The World Wide Web as Must Love Yarn.
Indeed.
And I'm Angela.
I'm Jen.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Ravelry as J Arbuckle and on Instagram as Jennifer_Arbuckle.
And feel free to friend or follow us on those platforms. With my normal caveat that that's my personal page, so you're going to see other things on there not related to yarn. If you want just yarn and fiber content, the store is where you want to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I've a pretty quiet page lately because it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just,
I try.
Things have been busy lately.
I will say the pictures that I put of my dog up there over Thanksgiving weekend, there were oodles and oodles of giggles and laughs over those pictures because she was just being ridiculous. Managed to catch some really funny ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's. I do have another Ella story because that's the dog. So those of you that have been watching for a really long time remember when
Christmas tree lady
first got Ella. Yes, we've had at least one Christmas tree destroyed or lights destroyed on the Christmas tree. I've had yarn destroyed. And I thought we were out of that phase, but another ball of yarn got hit yesterday while everybody was gone. I'm not entirely sure. She's not touched anything. So I don't know if like a toy got flung into the basket where this was and it got accidentally picked up with the toy, which is what I think maybe happened because she...
Was it attached to something?
No, it was a fresh ball of yarn that had not been used at all.
Was it part of a pile for something?
Yeah.
Do you need it? That's my question.
I have enough, I think, to do what I need to do with it. But
is it wool? Could we just graft it all back together?
Yeah, except I have like pieces that are like this long because it clearly had a bite taken out of it, and like sections are just shredded. I can't, but it would be too. I chucked all the little pieces because I was like, it's not worth it. Oh look, and our lights are going out already. Great.
Those are the front ones too.
I know.
All right, well they'll just go back off again because it's so dark outdoors right now.
Yeah.
It's all right. We're good right
fine.
now, right?
We're okay.
You don't need to see the sun in my face.
No.
Provides some interesting shading.
So anyway, we like to start our yarn cast with our yarn cast pick. And the way this works is we're going to show you a yarn. And for the next 2 weeks from when this podcast airs, so that would be December 8th to the 22nd, you can get 10% off online or in store with a code that we'll give you. And this is a newer to us line of yarn. We've had this yarn before in heavier
worsted weight.
In worsted weight.
We had it in chunky for a while.
Yep. So this is Juniper Moon Farm. This is their Moonshine Fine.
Nice.
So this is a baby alpaca, silk, wool, and recycled nylon blend. So it's a very luxurious, soft, A
little bit of sheen.
Scrumptious. Yeah, the silk gives it just a little bit of sheen. So this is 100-gram skein. It's 437 yards. This retails for $23.99.
And it's really, again, we have quite a few.
And we
good
have
colors.
some amazing colors.
Lots of great neutrals and some fun pops of color. They do tend to have slightly earthier colors to some degree because they're
just
that navy is really nice. I like that dark black navy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so
you could use this for
soft.
Garments. It's 30% baby alpaca, 30% wool, 25% nylon, and 15% silk. So,
yeah. I mean, technically, you could really use it for really luxurious socks
socks.
because it's got some nylon in it, and the silk is sturdy as well.
Yep.
Or you could use it for sweaters, of course, or shawls because it has really beautiful drape.
Maybe like a lovely cowl, something
so
close to you, hat.
Warm. It's funny because it's beautiful and it has this amazing sheen and drape to it, but it's also pretty sturdy. And so even though it's got alpaca in it, it's got a lot of silk and wool
kind of like
as well.
the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So why don't we do the coupon code as YP Fine, just to make it easy. So do YP Fine.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I was thinking moonshine because I think that's more fun.
We could do moonshine.
It's more words.
That's fine.
It's more fun.
YP Moonshine. We just changed it.
Sorry.
YP Moonshine.
Yeah, these colors are really nice.
Yeah.
It's funny, this is showing up a little bit bluer. It's really a lovely sage green.
Sea foamy.
I kept looking at it on the screen. I was like, where's that color? And then I was like,
well, it may just be the playback screen.
Yeah.
Like when I go to edit it, it may actually look like the red colors. That's why sometimes it can be hard to buy yarn online.
Right.
Because you can't quite, depends on your monitor, it depends on our recording equipment, it depends on like all kinds of things. But these colors are gorgeous. Yeah. So gorgeous. But yes, YP Moonshine.
Nice apple
for our pick this week.
All right.
There's that one.
Right.
Awesome.
Just gonna move that right down to the floor.
All right.
Sorry.
What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing. Oh look,
it's come back on. So weird.
Sometimes I think when the car drives by out front.
Right.
I am wearing an older pattern with something on me here. This is the Veronica shawl sweater. I don't even know what it. Shannon Cook is the designer. So I made this like 2017. So it's been, and it's like this just big, soft, and cozy. And this color, I love this color. I think we still have this. This is Woolstock.
Yeah.
Blue Sky Fibers Woolstock worsted. And it's in that deep velvet colorway, so
it's gorgeous. It's got a little bit of blue in it.
I'm sure you've never seen me wear this color before. The Camilla Vod sweater that I did, I actually tried to it ended up with this sort of being created between the navy blue and the red mohair blend. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it's a funny thing. It's a funny shape, and I edited a little bit because I didn't want it quite as wide around, so it's kind of a weird shape, but it's one of those things you just want to curl up into.
Nice.
On a day like today.
Yes, which is why I pulled out Cyan, which has not gotten a lot of wear because when I finished it kind of in the spring, I think we were headed out of heavy wool season, and this is a worsted weight colorwork sweater up at the top, so it's like double
warm and cozy.
Very warm and cozy. So this is Cyan by Elizabeth Doherty. I think the pattern's actually written for DK weight.
I think I remember that
and this is worsted weight, so this is some of Kelly's yarn.
I was going to say it's Kelly's, right?
From Fernbridge. Yep, it's her Shetland worsted. So super like all natural colors. Like this is kind of a brown color, light brown, and then the dark brown. Well, it's really nice. Probably needs to be washed and blocked. I haven't done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, especially with color work, it always helps a little bit.
I know. I'm looking at this part right here.
It's a funny little
like thing, and I can't tell if it's just the way I'm wearing it or if it's like a weird reflection.
Maybe it got folded.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
oh yeah. No, it's
yeah.
I store them folded, so
Yeah.
that's what's going on
Leftover
there.
fold.
Yeah.
We'll take you out back and spray you with a bottle.
Right. And then I'll smell like a wet sheep. So just a regular sheep. So super warm, like great sweater for a day like today, where I can just pull like a puffy vest over the top, and I'm warm enough with a shawl.
Yeah, today is one of those days. Like,
it's
supposed to turn into like rainy snow later, which will be just
so gross.
Yeah, but it's actually warm. Like last week, it was cold. It was very cold.
It was in the 30s.
I thought it was in the 20s a couple of nights.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's in the 30s right now, so it's not.
No, like now, that's what I mean. It's like in the 30s, 40s, so it's enough to be just annoying.
Disgusting.
But, yeah.
So I have a couple of finished objects.
Right. I have very little.
Okay.
Nothing finished for sure.
So I did finish Burn Your Retina hat. I feel like I should call it that on my project page. But this is actually Be Bold Beanie. So this is like that pink, bright pink yarn held with like a gray, black speckle yarn, both from Fiber Stash, held together. So it's a really fast
Colors
hat
are really balanced, which is nice.
Yeah. It's they work well together. I think it needs a pom-pom, so I was looking at this one.
There's also one that has some brown in it that might be interesting up front.
Yeah, so look, I have my junior associate here who can make the final call.
Well, you know she's going to want one of those rainbow ones.
Probably.
We have quite a selection of pom-poms here in the store. We have a couple different sizes. We have these bigger ones, and then we have some smaller
like the
ones.
Snap style.
Yeah.
Where you sew this part into the inside of the hat, and then you can snap the pom-pom on and off, which makes it really nice for washing.
Yeah.
Because it can be removed. So anyway, so this one's done. This was done pretty quickly.
Does it stretch? It looks small.
Oh yeah, you know what? It does.
Glasses on your head.
Yeah, I know. I almost put it on. It is a tight fit. It's a really snug hat. But yeah. Yep. It does. And with the double brim, it's not going to fall off somebody's head.
No.
But if they had a giant head, this probably would not work.
Yeah.
So
just size up a little bit.
But it's definitely,
or even just a bigger needle. You could probably just go a bigger needle.
I probably should just have done a bigger needle.
Well, not you, but I just meant like if someone wanted to, like the fabric could stand being on a bigger needle. And it would be fine.
It totally could.
Yeah.
But it's okay at this size as well.
The colors look really nice together.
Thank you. Now my hair's gonna be all gross. Okay. So that one's done. That's a teacher
gift.
It
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
I don't know for whom. I'm just making stuff at this point, and my junior associate will dictate who gets what. So the other finished object that I have is a teacher gift, and this is a true teacher gift.
Disney.
Okay, hang on. It may not be on here. Sorry, we have we have
a little visitor here.
We have a visitor here today, and we're having some technical challenges.
The alternate screen is not behaving, right, Abigail?
So sorry. Thank you for your patience. Do you please hold?
I was going to say, what can I talk about while you're doing that?
Oh.
Ha ha. Mom has to view her number. And then her.
Right. Have to log in. Sorry.
It's important, though. Disney Plus is necessary.
Totally.
Disney Plus does not like us.
Hopefully it doesn't. There you go. Okay. All right. Thanks. Multitasking. All right. So the other finished object is for a teacher gift. It's for the actual teacher. And this is...
that was fast. You did that quick.
I did. Well, I got into the color work and I was like, ooh, this is fun. So I will say this looks small. It actually stretches. Right? It has not been blocked.
Yeah.
And I tried it on and it does actually fit. So, yes.
Is Nightmare Before Christmas too scary for me?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I haven't watched it before.
Why don't you find something else to watch?
Oh.
Okay. It would probably be fine. But so this is Like Candy is the pattern name. It's the Stephanie Lutvin pattern,
So
and it's just it's a cowl, it's a little short cowl, and it's just meant to be like super nice and bunchy, and you know, sits up
that's fun.
real close. So this is leftover yarn. The rainbow yarn is the other sock one. I knit Sunset Boulevard.
Oh yeah.
The ruffle part out of the 150-gram cake, and so this is the other 50-gram cake. So the yarn did sort of all of the self-striping, and the green is it's interesting how it worked almost perfectly. I know, right?
Right, like you didn't manipulate that.
No, I didn't cut the yarn. And I was gonna see if I brought the pattern to show you the actual picture of hers. I didn't, but hers was designed for like rainbow mini skeins. Definitely the stripes up here go longer than what is in her pattern, but I just went with it because I didn't want to be weaving in a bunch of ends.
Oh yeah, no. No, I just think it's awesome that the colors on the hearts lined up.
Yeah,
almost perfectly.
It's really amazing.
Yeah,
how that worked out.
And I think that light green that you held it with is really nice.
The green.
Yeah.
Most people would do like a gray. We just had this as a Malbrigo sock colorway that we had in, and it doesn't. The one green that's in here is definitely more of a darker green, so it gives a nice contrast. But the green's kind of a unique color that most people wouldn't pair with rainbow. It just works.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I clearly have some ends to weave in, and
but only 2, not like 22.
4.
Okay, well.
Exactly. 4 to weave in, and then it does need to be blocked.
Squash.
Yeah, but just.
Oh, it's funny. The shape was sort of throwing me off.
Right. It's
before.
kind of a weird.
Yeah.
But totally works.
Cool.
Yeah. So that one's done.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm knocking these out.
Are you done with them, or do you have more? How many teachers are there?
Well, so
it's only 2 children.
But I'm not. The older one, I'm not doing anything for because it's middle school, and there's like 1,100,000 teachers. So we're just sticking with the elementary school teachers. But there's like after school folks, and so we're doing a lot of hats.
Yeah. Good choice.
I cast on another hat last night. So lots of bulky, worsted and bulky size hats.
Quick.
So quick.
Yeah.
And they're nice.
You still got time, right? When do you need them by? End of school?
End of school. 21st.
Which is coming up. Yeah, that whole 21st thing. Well, because the way Christmas falls. What's nice is we all have a weekend off ahead of time, but it does sort of shorten the shopping season a little bit. And for those of us that haven't really started yet, I've done a little bit, but yeah.
So what do you have going for some whipses over there?
I as I said, I haven't done a tremendous amount of knitting, but
but your sweater, the vest.
Yeah. So I did just last night actually split for the.
That is so gorgeous.
It still is doing this flippy thing, which is bugging me immensely.
Do you think it's gonna block out?
Yes. Yeah. Because this will stretch out. It's all mosaic, so it's not
true color work.
It's not true color work, but it's definitely going to stretch when it gets blocked. You know, it needs to be stretched out a little bit so you can see the colors a little bit better. But
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so now I've just split, and so then it'll be front and back, and then a little bit of half-inch ribbing around the armholes and the neck. So I should be in good shape.
Yeah.
And
it's
I do have
fast project. You don't have to do sleeves.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I do have. I'm still a little concerned that it might be a little too cropped, but it's meant to be a little popover, so it'll be fine. Yeah, it's interesting when you stand back, you can see the color shifts.
Color shifts, yeah.
Even though they're really subtle.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous.
So, yeah, it's coming along.
So it's tessellated for
The Tessellated Vest by Andrea Mowry, yep. And I'm knitting it with Green Mountain Spinnery. Alpaca Elegance is the main color, which is the ribbings, and then it's the blue that's held all the way through. And then the accents, this is a Feederbrook Farms Entropy. There's no name, so I don't know. It's this colorway. And then Barocco Ariel Mohair. And they don't have names either, they just have numbers. It's like this beautiful sort of mushroomy champagne kind of color. 3416 for those that are curious.
Yeah, they don't have the name on the tag, but I think if you go out to like Ravelry, it comes up with like a color name, and you're like, what?
It's nice because you can't. It has a lot of
nice neutral.
Yeah, sheen in there, and it's funny how it's showing up.
You can really see it.
Yeah,
it's nice.
So I'm holding that double because
the pattern
calls
for
is
like
all
a DK weight.
Yeah, the pattern is all sport / DK weight.
Yeah.
And the other two are. And I started with a single, and then it was just not heavy enough. So.
They used her sample. She used it was like Moondrake, which is like a sport DK weight. Mohair.
Yeah. But this being held double is kind of perfect.
Yeah,
it's really fine. Yeah. So. I'm getting there.
Nice.
And I do have a conference that I'll be at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I have
lots of knitting time.
Yes, and I will have this with me. It's not too bad even with the 3 skeins of yarn because they're small skeins to drag around, but I'm going to bring one other thing with me, which is why this yarn is over here, so that I can have an easy, simple project to mindless knit on.
To work on.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to give an update on the field sweater. I have worked on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sort of in between other things, and if I just need to pick something up.
Because now you're in the just knit.
Now I'm in the just knit. So I just divided for the sleeves.
So pretty. It's beautiful.
And it looks small, but it's all scrunched on a needle. It's going to be plenty.
And you're done with the color work now.
Done with the color work.
It's so beautiful.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you're like, you just want to add a little bit more, like around the cuffs or something, just a little.
I think the pattern actually calls for doing that.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm going to. Sometimes I find mohair to be a little itchy. And like you notice that I have sleeves below this part of my arm tends to be a little more sensitive. So
it won't need it, but it's just so pretty.
No, but it's gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
That was that.
And it's good you didn't get into the red part of it.
No, I'm so glad that I didn't. It was like the dark purple into kind of like the darker red purple burgundy color.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. This was yarn that I bought at Rhinebeck. It's Bare Naked Wools.
So
it's
so
just
nice. Lovely.
It's like a wool alpaca blend. It's so squishy and delightful.
Yeah, it's pretty soft.
Super soft, really sort of lofty.
Yeah.
And then just that purple. So anyway, we're in just the knitting around. So it's an easy project now to just pick up when I just need something that I don't want to think about or just, want to put on a few rows. So it's at a great place right now to be just sort of that mindless knitting, which we do need every once in a while.
We do.
Yeah. So this project will probably, it's taking
It'll
little bit of a
this month.
backseat right now, but it's there, and it's beautiful enough that I will be motivated to get it done. So I can wear it
this
winter.
Yeah.
So pretty. So happy.
And
now that I have my new sweater cabinet, I have a little bit of room. I have a shocking amount of hand knit sweaters. And I was like, I'm going to have all this extra room, and now I can make some more stuff. No, but now I can see all the sweaters that I have, so I can actually wear them and easily pull them out to put them on, which is nice.
Yeah.
So,
anyway. Yeah.
I did cast on another hat. Here we are. It's in the hat season. So I feel like every Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Lyrical Knits, which is Mary Annarella, runs pattern sales, and I love so many of her patterns that I end up buying 3 or 4 different ones to make. And so one that's been in my favorites for a bit, and I can't tell if it's because I actually like the hat or if I just like the name of the hat. It's called A Snowball's Chance. It's a bulky weight hat.
It's got some nice.
It's got a
poof to
little
it.
bit of poof, some nice detail. It's got a little like sort of cable detail to it. So that was one that I picked up this year and cast this on last night. Again, sorry, it's all scrunched on the needles, but this is.
You can start to see.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of the pattern. So this is, again, a Lion brand. It's scarfy, but it's just got this nice
Feels good.
sort of marl gradient that it's working through here. It's a, acrylic wool
I was going to say,
blend.
is there wool in there? It feels like
There
there's wool in
is. It's a 78 acrylic 22 wool. So what makes
like
this
Plymouth
nice, right, is that it's machine washable.
Yeah.
It can go to somebody that's not used to dealing with
Yeah.
hand knits, but it feels nice. It doesn't feel like
And it looks woolly.
acrylic, and it looks woolly.
Yeah.
So we're just a
And
little
it'll be
ways-
warm. It'll be a little bit warm. If it was just acrylic, it would be
Yeah.
not warm enough.
So we're just a
but-
little ways into the hat. I'll probably make a giant pom-pom to go on the top because I'm going to have extra. Probably not enough to make 2 of them, but I don't know. It's hard
Is
to
it
tell.
100 grams?
It's
Oh, no,
150
You'll
grams.
have enough to make 2.
We'll see. I might. Yeah. 2 would be fun.
Yeah.
Gift one and then set one aside to go in the donate basket.
Yeah.
Or someone will steal one. Anyway, so
To go in the family hat basket.
right. So nice little purple. They have some interesting colors. This was on sale at Joann's. I have a couple more colors coming. There's like a black to a red, and then like a sage green to like a gray almost. So I probably will make a few more of these in different colors just because it's a quick pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I need right now, quick patterns on big needles. So that's a snowball's chance.
That's fun.
Get cast on last night. Yeah.
Yeah. The other project that I'm going to bring with me, I think, when I travel this week, I've lost the ball band for this. This is Mustache Yarns that I picked up a few years ago at India Untangled, I want to say. So 3 or 4 years ago. It's just been sitting around because I love the colors. And I think I'm going to knit like a sock hat or some version, some simple,
that's
easy
another good project.
hat that I can cast on and just be carting around with me at the conference. And probably will be a gift for my brother-in-law.
Oh, cool. Those are nice colors.
Yeah, and he's a blue guy.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So those would be the only 2 gifts that I'm knitting that I'm aware of, unless I make some little tiny ornaments or something, because I might.
So, nice segue. Speaking of ornaments, so guys, I have a crocheting fail.
Oh no!
Yes.
I thought it was a lead into the fact that we have our little ornament kits.
We do have ornament kits. We do.
They are back in stock.
Those are back in stock.
In case anyone's wondering.
So
I was like, I'm not ready to talk about those yet.
Well, yes. So I saw this pattern. So this is autumn wheat bauble ornaments.
Pretty. They are pretty.
Very pretty. And I thought, I can do that. How hard could that be?
It could be hard.
It's crocheting. So the idea is you make basically a square, and then it gets wrapped around the ornament ball, closed up this way, and then cinched in at the top and the bottom. So you're not actually having to do increases and decreases. But
and you're not crocheting around a ball.
You're not crocheting
around a ball. Which might be easier than knitting around a ball, actually.
Right.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I have done that. I don't want to give away the secret sauce, but yeah, she just basically knit like a rectangle. Crochet a rectangle. And then attach it to the ball and cinch it in.
Alrighty.
Right?
How hard can that be?
How hard could this be? Are you guys ready to see what my rectangle looks like? Okay.
I am.
She is. So this is the yarn that I'm using. Maybe partially
is
the
that
mistake.
Lopi?
It is let lopi, so it's very sticky. This is also the ball of yarn that the dog got.
Oh. So there's several layers of problems,
garbage happening here.
Yeah.
But I was like, I have enough. Like it should be fine. No big deal. So I wrapped this up because this was one of the little bits that was available. Okay, are you guys ready to see? I have no idea what's happening here. I'm sure somebody that crochets will be like, oh, I know exactly what's happening. Guys, this is what my rectangle looks like. Look, I have one side that clearly I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And I have another side which is just, I don't know.
It's an asymmetrical rectangle.
Yes, but look I'm clearly doing the same thing, only on one side, because that's a very straight line for it to be a mess of some sort.
It's a very steady set of increases.
Decreases. This is the top.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea how this happened. It's clearly, I'm not doing it on both sides, because this is so
straight.
This side these should look the same. They don't. I don't know what's going on. So I brought this in because I figured all of you would find it really funny.
I do think there's a person or two here at the store that could probably assist you.
I'm gonna
little private lesson.
Try again and see if I can't just figure out what's going on. But
you haven't got to the decorative part, have you?
No.
You're just still in
so funny story.
The wheat. You haven't gotten to the wheat yet, have you?
I misread the pattern.
Oh.
So this has already been ripped out.
The fact that you can actually read a crochet pattern is amazing to me. So you're way ahead of me.
I misread the pattern and was doing the wheat pattern through multiple lines.
I see.
I had ripped it out. I ripped it out and then started again, which maybe is what caused this. I don't know. So there's my crocheting fail.
You're making fabric.
I am making fabric, and it actually looks consistent, and it looks nice.
Yeah.
And the gauge feels okay for what I need. It's kind of stretchy. It would clearly wrap it. I will tell you, I had a moment where I was like,
Who cares?
I just make that like the top? But the slope isn't stopping. That's the problem. Like if it went for a little bit and then we did this, like I could have figured out how to make
two,
it
and then
work.
you could put them together.
But
two triangles
for some
together will make a
reason,
rectangle.
the slope just is continued.
Yeah.
So if I keep going, I'm going to end up with a shawl. I'm going to end up with a point here because it just
That's what I'm saying. Make two, and then you
smaller.
can just put them.
No, I know. So anyway, I figured you guys would find this funny.
I find it funny.
I find it funny. I'm not even mad. I'm just like, right. I'm giving it the old go for some crocheting.
And then you went out and bought glitter and glue because you thought that'd be an easier way to make an ornament.
Well, I wasn't going to do these for the holiday bazaar. This was all just like me messing around because I thought it would be a cute ornament for my tree. And just, I like to dabble in crochet because I feel like I could do it. And I could do it
if you just
decently if I just practiced.
Right.
I have early knits that like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm quite sure there's probably a very simple thing that you're doing.
So anyway, fun times. I'm making not an ornament. I don't know what I'm making.
It's an asymmetrical shawl for the meerkats.
For the meerkats. Or one of my cats or something. Anyway, this is what it's supposed to look like. It needs to be a rectangle, which it is not. Clearly not. Can't even block that out.
You could knit a rectangle.
That's a part of me. I was like, I could have knit this and be done.
And put a cable where the weed is.
And known that it was going to be a rectangle. But I will conquer this when we come back next time. I will have one.
Should we have a small pool on the side about
this? Do a pool down below in the comments. Do we think I can pull this off or not? Let me know. That will be the motivation I need to actually do one. Try again. I will try again.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's the yarn, if I used like a superwash yarn that was smoother and I could see the stitches better.
Yes. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, I think there's you're churning too soon,
just
I think, right? Basically.
Yeah, let's pick like probably the hardest yarn to use.
But it looks nice because it's very earthy, like,
Right? Very rustic, and the color's nice. Like, I'm gonna try again.
But it is a very splitty yarn, and
very
it is
splitty.
yeah.
Not
especially
it sticks
because it's not on the
together.
needle because it's
Right.
on a because you're crocheting. So
Right.
on the
Right.
needle you can usually like figure out which strand goes where, but when you're trying to like find a stitch,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just find it interesting that it's only happening on one end, not on the other end. Only
that's
on
what I
one
mean.
end.
I think
That's like
it's funny that you're turning around too soon, but
on
somehow
one side.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a mystery.
It is.
We'll see if I can solve it.
We will.
Let us know what you think.
Mhm.
Am I going to be able to solve it, or am I
Yeah.
going to come back next time with another crocheting fail?
Well, I think you could come back with that plus a knitting success.
I might have to. If I have fail number 2, I may have
Because
to.
then you just need one of those
Right.
nice cables that does the weave
Yeah.
pattern, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Done in an evening.
I mean, I feel like when I was doing that wheat stitch on the crochet hook, I was like, wow, this feels kind of like a bobble.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
it was very similar. I was like, oh, I get this. Anyway, yes, because I've already done the wheat stitch because I misread the pattern. So, yes. This is actually fail number 2.
Oh, right.
Because I ripped out the
And then
first
the dog
fail.
on top of it. I think
And
the
the
dog
dog.
was really just like, you know what, I'm going to make this easy for her.
I hadn't even started. I mean, it was still
Oh.
full skein. I hadn't even done anything
Oh,
with
okay.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I can't have nice things. No, anyway, so it's just, I think the whole project might be cursed. Starting with the dog eating the yarn
It's
and
possible.
then just the universe telling me,
Mm-hmm.
stop crocheting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so I still have it listed as a whip because I had started it.
Because you're not done yet.
I'm not done. It's garbage and I have to start over again, but
Still counts.
still counts.
It's a work in
And
progress.
You all hopefully got a good chuckle, particularly if you're a crocheter. You're welcome.
Right. You could also, as you're wagering your bets down below, you could also maybe just offer a comment or two about.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Could be anything.
I think what happens is on that side, when you get there, you should go one more stitch.
I think you're right. Or I'm picking the wrong. I think I'm picking the wrong stitch for whatever reason.
Yeah.
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 And for whatever reason, I'm doing it just on that one side.
Right. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's weird. Yeah.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. And I'm only not mad because that's probably one of the most least expensive yarns that we have. So really, if this whole project doesn't get off the
Well,
ground,
you can
was
use
like
it for it's a pretty color.
$5
You can use it
somewhere.
for something else. Right.
Right.
A knitted version for sure.
Right. So anyway, hang tight for that fun adventure.
Right. Exactly.
So what else do you have going on over here, Jen?
Ariana ordered all kinds of yarn, and so now I have my full complement of colors
Woo!
for my temperature blanket.
Awesome.
So I think everyone should consider joining me with your own fun set of colors. And also I came home last week or the week before, and you know how the gas company like leaves you a calendar for every year, and it's like one of those little ones. I was like, oh, I'm going to use this to record. I don't need the little tiny one, but I'm
Right.
going to use it to record my temperatures in.
Oh, there you go. And then you can keep track. So if you get behind, you know what you need to do still.
Right, exactly.
Amazing.
So I think those are the final color choices.
Nice.
And I was originally going to use a really white contrast for the neutral.
Mm-hmm.
There's a neutral color that sort of starts each square and finishes it. But I think I am going to use this instead.
Kind of like an off-white almost.
Yeah, which is
it's really
still
nice.
still contrasty enough to the
Yes.
rest of it that it won't be. It'll all hang together. So
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, so this will be fun. It won't be part of our New Year's cast on because you can't start until January 1st, but this will be a year-long knit along. I guess I need to make a page for that, right? Excuse me.
Yep.
A bit of a remnant of a cough from last week. So if you want to join me, please do. Otherwise, I'll be out there all by myself knitting my temperature blanket all year round.
We'll think about it. I still have time to like get my stuff together if I
There's a
wanna
couple
join
people
you.
who I think are interested, so
Yeah.
maybe a small select group.
I'm intrigued for sure.
Yeah, I think it will be fun is to see what everyone chooses to
For
do.
colors.
Because you could do Some of the patterns are like little tiny squares, 1 square per day. Others are like this one is 1 square per month.
Right. I like the 1 square per month thing.
Yeah, that seems
It feels more manageable and more portable.
Yeah, and then the downside is, I think if you did the 1 square per day, you need to choose something where you can pick up, like you have day 1 and then you pick up day 2, so you don't have to hitch together a million little squares, so that you're sort of building on it as you go. But there's lots of fun patterns out there. And of course, you know, you can do a very traditional 1 stripe per day kind of thing. So there's all kinds of
all kinds of ways to do it.
I like the pattern that I chose, which was, of course, it's in our show notes, right?
Temperature Blanket by Charlotte Marjorie Banks.
Yes, and so because it's a very modern sort of design and shape, and I'm using more color than she used. I think she only used 6 colors, and I have 9.
Right. So we have such a wide range of temperatures here.
Right, and I'm doing the extremes. That's what I'm calling it. It's the extremes temperature blanket. So the coldest or the hottest temperature of the day, depending on what time of year.
Which season we're in.
Yes.
Right. So we're she's gonna capture the coldest.
Otherwise, it will be all be 40 to 50 degrees the entire
hottest in the summer.
Right.
So that'll be fun.
And the coldest in the winter. Yep. Yes. Right. Our below 0 temperatures will be captured in this gray. And our hot temperatures will be captured in this red/pink. There is an actual red. But I like this pink a little bit better mixed in with these colors. And so I probably didn't mention this. So I chose to do Huasco DK. Oh, that's the other thing. So you all know me. The pattern is a fingering weight pattern. I am knitting in a DK because I think fingering is too skinny. And we do have Huasco in fingering weight as well. And I chose this because I like the variation in the color, the tonal, so I think it won't be quite so flat. So I'm using Huasco DK cattle dyes. And I will, when I start the page, I'll put all my stuff up on there, or the group in Ravelry. And then I'll have a page myself. So, this is a 75-25, so it's still washable, which is good. I have a cat, so it's good. It needs to be washed periodically. So the other thing I will do is I will do the math to figure out how I'm going to adjust the stitch count to make sure the stitch and row count work to still make a square. Right. So I will be doing all of that before January 1.
Okay. Amazing.
So
we are about ready to launch our winter class schedule, and actually I think it already has launched because I've been seeing people sign up for stuff that's in 2024.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up the last round of them, and so of the ones that had been posted for a while, but I think they are posted.
January, February, and March ones are out there. So we have a lot of great classes that we're offering. Learn to knit, learn to crochet, sort of very basics, and then sort of interspersed with some different skills workshops,
tips and techniques.
Yep. So a little bit of everything. I know the beginner classes are getting a ton of activity.
They're fun. You can give someone a gift certificate to take a class.
Exactly. The person that's been like, I always wanted, and you can just, get them a class. It's a great way to.
And they start in January, so it's not even like
after the holidays when everything kind of dies down. So the retreat registration is open.
It sure is.
Thank you to everybody who's already registered. We are so excited. So again, this is March 21st to the 24th in 2024. It's going to be at the Essex Resort and Spa, which is up in Essex, Vermont, about 25-30 minutes from the store.
You could come and spend the whole weekend there and not do any knitting and still have a great time.
Yes.
It's got pools and spa. It has a true set of spa treatments and its own bar and restaurant.
Fabulous facility. It's very close to the Essex Experience, which apparently is fully occupied in retail spaces and restaurants for the first time ever. I think they said
for a long time.
So there's a whole bunch of stores
almost across
that are
the street,
up there.
practically. Yeah,
and there is a shuttle that goes from the hotel over to the Essex Experience. So there's a ton of stuff to do right in the area. The idea is really to make it a super relaxing weekend for people to come in, to hang out. On the name of the retreats, unwind, to come see old friends, make new friends, and really to relax and just have some time to spend to do your craft, whatever that might be. But we also, want to have some activities for folks who want to come and, do some things as well. So we are offering some classes. You're not required to attend classes. You're not required to attend all classes. You could attend some. You could do no classes. It's really up to you. It's kind of like a choose your own relaxation weekend. But we are going to have some yarn dyeing classes with our friend Heidi from Dirty Girl Yarns. So this is some of her spun yarn. She is also going to be doing an art spinning class. So if you've ever wondered how to do something like this, she's going to come teach us how to spin this fun, funky,
just to give you
fabulous
a closer
yarn.
look.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So she's going to be there doing that. We are going to have at least a crochet class. Maddie from the store here is going to come over and do some sort of crochet class. She's working on what exactly it's going to be, but I can guarantee it will be fun.
Yes, it will be fun.
I'm going to be doing a mosaic knitting class, so probably a hat class of some sort. We're looking for like small projects, something you could conceivably finish over the course of the weekend. If you wanted, Jen, I think, is going to be doing a thrummed mitten class.
Nope, design a cowl.
Design a cowl.
Right.
Okay.
We might have thrum mittens too. That's a separate class.
Ariana might be coming to
or
do
I can do that too,
thrummed
depending on timing.
mittens. Yep, we're trying to sort out the schedule. But again, sort of, it's March. It's still kind of cold. We're, doing some little cozy things. We are going to have like a needle felting art class. So it's like you actually make a picture out of fiber. So a local woman here is going to come teach that. I have seen her class, pictures from classes she's taught to people who have zero experience working with fiber, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what folks who are used to working with fiber could actually produce. So again, a great, different type of technique, something maybe you hadn't been exposed to before. That's kind of what we were looking for, maybe something
all the things you can do with yarn and fiber.
And we have a needle punch class that Krista, sorry, too many K's. Krista is going to be teaching. Krista worked with us for a while. She's taking a little bit of a break.
She came to our first retreat.
She came to our first retreat.
And then she moved to Vermont.
Yes. But she
as
is
one does.
needle punch certified as an instructor. So she's going to come do that class for us. I feel like I'm missing a class in there somewhere, but there might be one more that we've just forgotten about. But I feel like that's the rundown.
We're going to post that list probably sometime this week.
Yeah. So the other thing that happened with our first retreat is we had a lot of little pop-up sessions where somebody would say, oh, I would love to do X. And we were like, let's do it. And just like a group would gather and somebody would lead it. And it wasn't even us necessarily. It was maybe somebody from the retreat. So it's very relaxed and flexible. And it's really just about coming to build community and relax and have a chance to get away.
We'll have a yarn tasting or two. And of course, there'll be a little bit of shopping time.
There'll be some shopping time. We're going to do a marketplace here at the store. And we're going to have some private shopping for our retreat attendees. And then if you're not attending the retreat but are local, the marketplace will open up at the store during normal business hours.
From like 10 to 3.
10 to 2.
Yeah.
Yep. I have heard a little rumor that Kelly's going to be joining us for dinner one of the evenings to share a little bit more about her sheep and her farm and what she's been up to the last year or two. She's
Yeah.
also going to be at the marketplace, so you can see her lovely yarns and see all of her products that she now has available. So that's really exciting. We're still sort of finalizing the rest of the vendors at the marketplace, but it'll be some of the great folks that you've seen before.
With all of our local folks.
Yep,
for
our
sure.
local people here
Yeah.
in Vermont. So it should be a really good time.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors about s'mores fire pits. When we have dinner, we'll have the bar because we all like a good cocktail or two. And it's just, I'm really looking forward to it. It's just a way to relax and spend some time, get some inspiration, see what everybody else is working on, and
Have
just
some fun.
really have like a weekend long like knit group. It's going to be amazing.
Exactly. Right.
Really can't wait. And I will say, there were lifelong friends created at the first retreat, like people that we still keep in touch with, who still keep in touch with each other. We see each other at fiber festivals. We follow each other on social media, and it's really amazing. And that's part of why we opened the store to begin with.
Yeah.
And part of why we did the first retreat. And so I'm really excited to bring this next retreat and bring it back. So thank you everybody who's already registered, and if you were on the fence about whether you wanted to come or not, please join us. It should be a lovely weekend.
We'll probably be posting quite a bit over the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
Some of which may get a little extra, but we've learned that
more people see
with
it.
the joyful algorithms that all of these social media things do, it may or may not be in your feed unless we post almost every day about it.
Which
so
is
it's
frustrating.
It is what it is.
It can be frustrating, but we want to make sure everybody sees
and has a
that
chance
it's happening. So we hope to see you there. And the facility and the accommodations are
awesome.
Beautiful and lovely, and
Very
they're standard
Vermont-y.
hotel rooms, very beautifully put together, very Vermont-y themed. Very comfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
And we have a great rate for that hotel.
We sure do.
So if you know anything about the Essex, it is sometimes not the most affordable.
Depends on the time of the year. It's tough in the fall.
Depends on the time of year, but we managed to secure us a very good rate for people. For their accommodations. So,
and there's a choice of there are single king bedrooms and then there are double queen bedrooms. So if you're coming with a friend, you can share a room.
You could share a room if you wanted,
Easily.
and it's even more affordable.
Exactly.
So all of your meals are included in the price of registration. The only thing that's not included are your accommodations, and then whatever
any bar charges or whatever.
Bar charges
or spa treatments.
And
normal things that are extra.
any yarn you purchase
weekend.
All the classes are included, so whichever classes you decide to take are included in that, and anything else, transportation if we're going someplace, is all included as well. So so
should be
fun
good.
times. I'm so excited. I've already blocked out my work schedule, so I don't have to. I think last one I forgot to block out one of the days, and then I ended up like in court and was just really cranky. When really I needed to spend the whole day leading up to registration working on stuff for the retreat. And I didn't get to do that anyway, so it's fine. I learned my lesson.
We're going to have a scavenger hunt. I almost forgot about that.
Jen's working on a scavenger hunt, which is going to be really amazing.
Fun. Little introduction, find your way around the facility.
So we hope you see you there. It's so much fun.
Yes.
All right, so that's going. We had come out and talked about this collaboration we were doing with the Bearded Pearl, and by collaboration I mean we have their bags here in the store.
We hijacked some.
And are going to be the place in the United States where you are going to be able to buy Bearded Pearl bags. So there was a lot of reasons for this. Shipping's easier. We have the system to manage the inventory for Caleb when he gets the bags created, and it just made sense for a lot of reasons for both of our businesses. So the bags are available on our website currently. You can find them by clicking like the accessories and bags link, or you can just search for bearded. And
I think it's on the
they
front
will come
page
up, and
also.
it's probably on the front page by
Yeah.
now as new new items. So we have 2 different sizes of bags. We
Large
have
and small.
a shawl bag and then like a sock sized bag is what I think that they are
Yep.
called on the website.
So they have like the bucket shape, and then they have this little drawstring part that tucks in
and the larger bags actually have pockets
on the inside,
in them on the inside.
and then a little carrying strap.
I love the one that I bought. I have a small sized one. You can fit a remarkable amount of stuff in there. I love that it stands up. They're very sturdy. This is easy to fold down. The carrying strap is fantastic. So you can find these on our website now. They are available.
I picked
ship them out.
sort of a variety of the patterns just so you can get a sense for the
Yeah,
colors. Those are all the small ones, and then
these are some of the larger ones. So really cool colors, like lots of options.
And so incredibly well made. This is a pretty
yeah.
heavy canvas.
Yeah.
And so, as Ange was saying, it stands up on its own, and it's definitely not going to, it might actually be denim. It's not going to, it'll take some abuse before.
Right.
I mean, not a lot of abuse, because you wouldn't want to abuse such a beautiful thing, but,
Right.
you know, there's, yeah.
So check it out. All of the
Great
options
Christmas gifts for knitters.
they're all
Holiday
up on
gifts.
our website with pictures of all of the colorways and the different bags that are available. So take a look.
Yeah.
You won't be mad.
No.
You won't be
Yeah,
disappointed.
so put these on your list.
Yeah.
And they will disappear fast.
Yes.
From our
Word is out.
location.
They're
Yes, we've
already
started to-
starting to
Release some words.
make their way out. So don't wait is kind of what I think we're alluding to there. But definitely, and we have some out on the sales floor. So if you're local, come in, take a look at them. But if you have been following Caleb and Justin for a while, you are familiar with their bags, and these are just amazing. So
and if you need a closer look at them, just call the store, and one of our folks can go over and give you send you a picture.
So I will say the
close-up
pictures
in.
up on the website are really
They're really good.
They're
yeah,
very good.
Yeah, and then we did I say we, our amazing employees did a little reel the other day on Instagram. So
awesome.
That's another good way to take a quick. If you go back through there, you should be able to find that.
Yep.
So
definitely.
we'll be posting about that as well a fair amount, just to make sure that people know.
Again, it's that algorithm. It's like you have to saturate it, and it makes me crazy. But in order for
feel
people
like
to see it,
I've said this once. That's enough.
Right.
But
It's
no,
not.
you have to say it 100 times.
Over and over and over again. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just. We still have a
some holiday
few
yarn.
colors of
West Yorkshire spinners with their Christmas yarns.
Yeah, these are the 2 sparkly ones. So I forget, are there names on there? Yeah.
This is Fairy Light Sparkle, and this is Vintage Tinsel.
And then we also have these 2. This is Gingerbread, and this is Robin. I'm not sure how that's Christmas related, but
I think it's an English.
Little Red Robin. Yeah,
it's
maybe.
very English.
Thing. But really fun colors, and of course they make beautiful socks or other things as well.
This would make a great Musselburgh hat as well.
Yeah.
Super festive.
Yeah. We are out of the other colors. Those sold out pretty fast, but we still have these 4 left, and we have pretty good quantities actually of them. So if you're interested and you thought you'd missed out, you have not missed out. There is still time.
Yep, still time. We do have a couple of knit-alongs. One that has just started, the Polar Arc Along, which I
guess that's what I should be bringing to my conference,
right?
Right? But the 20-page pattern.
So I've not cast that on as of today. Today's the 3rd. I need to wind my yarn. And also there was a pattern update, so I guess I need to go figure out what that update was about and whether I need to reprint the pattern. So I am ready to do that one. I'm really excited about it. That's the heelless
that's this afternoon,
sock. Yes. So that started December 1st. So come along for the ride. It'll be fun. And then we also have our Caitlin Hunter along that we're going to do. We had originally thought it was going to start January 1st, so it'd be a New Year's cast on But in the meantime, we have decided to do a New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
That one went off too. Wow. Yes. We've decided to do a New Year's Eve knit group Zoom party. So we're going to roll the cast on date for the Caitlin Hunter along back to December 31st. So our New Year's Eve Zoom cast on party, you can cast on other things. You don't have to just show up for the Caitlin Hunter along, but we thought it would be super fun. It's going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. on December 31st. It'll be our normal Zoom credentials for our knit groups that we have. And if you need those, let us know and we'll make sure that we get them
And
to
you'll put them in the show notes.
I will...
No one's going to find them.
I will put them in show notes.
Yeah.
So if you need the access information, show notes are on the website, and there's also a link up above on the YouTube channel to get you to show notes. So yeah, I think that should be fine. Sometimes we're
careful.
You don't want that stuff out there because then you have like weird people that show up, but we can kick them out if that happens. After we make fun of them for coming into a group of knitters and crocheters that just want to have some relaxing time. So anyway, yes, New Year's Eve, 7 to 9 p.m., normal knit group credentials on Zoom, and that will kick off our Caitlin Hunter along. So if you can't join the New Year's Eve thing, feel free to cast on the 31st. We're just sliding the start date back one day to have this little party. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. And then the very next day, while you're sitting around doing nothing, you can cast on your temperature blanket.
Right. Well, we are not doing inventory this year.
We are not.
Apparently, I heard a rumor that we don't have to come to the store on the 1st to do inventory. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that, but I
know, I haven't had a January 1st to myself for
8 years.
Close to, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's exciting news.
That is exciting news.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so those are one knit along just started, and then we have the Caitlin Hunter along, which is getting started at the end of the month. I can't believe I just can say that now. At the end of this month, because it is December now.
Yeah, it is. I have, I treated myself to Wing and a Prayer solstice calendar. And so today is day 3 of the solstice calendar.
Awesome.
It's really, I think for those that haven't seen them, it's very beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It's just lovely. And there's a sweet little thing in every pocket. Today was chapstick, which is, of course, not chapstick because, you know, it's like nature enhanced.
So instead of like your traditional advent calendar, it's a solstice calendar. That's very cool.
All natural lip balm made with calendula, olive oil, beeswax, and coconut oil.
Awesome.
It's lovely.
Gorgeous.
Yes. She, some of the things have been Katrinkle's little things to date. So it's a lovely collaboration with regional makers, which is fun.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I'm sad I missed that one. But I do have...
I thought about it when we were at Rhinebeck. I almost bought one then. And then I thought, well, I'm not sure. And then she posted... you know, she had some problem with coyotes, and she's been posting a little bit about that, and she's been doing some fundraiser stuff to build new fences, and so I thought, you know what, I deserve some little treats, and and if I can do it and help at the same time, so
awesome.
Be it, right?
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I mean, I do have the Woolens and Nosh Advent yarn that I've gotten for the 3rd year in a row. Used none of them. So.
You have to cast that on too. You're 3 days behind.
I know. I'm on top of it, guys. This is the kind of stuff that I'll make those Advent socks in like January.
I think the hard thing is I get the Advent thing, and which is why I kind of like this a little bit more because
it's other things. Yeah.
There's other knitting that you're often doing this month, and so to add that on top is just hard for me to envision.
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, I think it's meant to be more of like kind of like treat yourself.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
Take a little time for yourself.
Yep.
And I will once I get done with all this other stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, that's a great idea. I'm kind of sad that I missed the solstice. I'll have to keep an eye out if she does it again.
She's done them for a couple of years now, I think, maybe.
So, because that's a great idea. Again, with other things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Sweet little things.
Nice.
So. Yeah.
Sure, very thoughtfully curated and
Yes.
just beautiful.
Yeah, and the calendar itself is beautiful. So
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome.
Right now it's hanging where the Christmas cards go, so we'll have to sort that out.
Nice.
It's a problem for another day.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think that's all I have. If, any of you folks have an idea for something you'd like to see us do as an along, some pattern you've been just dying to make or want to do as a part of a group.
One of the Caitlin Hunter things that is just blowing up everywhere is that Alpine Bloom.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's so beautiful.
I
pattern.
almost am like gonna push aside Birkin, which I have the yarn for, to do the Alpine or Autumn Bloom. It's so gorgeous.
I'm gonna look it up quickly. Just
I know.
So we
I
make
can't
sure
decide.
We call it the right thing.
It's there's a couple different ones.
There's a
There's
hat, which is nice,
and there's like a sport DK weight sweater, and then I think there's a fingering weight like t-shirt. Like there's multiple things that you could do. Yes, I've been eyeballing that one and really on the fence about which way I want to go.
Have you seen Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter?
Yep.
Which takes the pattern,
gorgeous.
And then the Alpine Bloom.
That's the t-shirt.
That's t-shirt weight
Yep.
And then
the sweater,
the Autumn Alpine
is I think a sport DK weight. But yeah, Autumn Alpine. Yeah, that one's just blown up like crazy.
Cannon hand dyes, if you follow them. Oh my God, her just
so gorgeous.
So
I know. I was like
beautiful. I was like, oh right. She's doing it with minis to do the different colors across the pattern, and
she's doing the same thing I did for Aveeno, where she's holding them double and then kind of marling them as she does the color changes, and it's just amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's
gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yeah. I was tempted by the hat too because it's
a smaller project.
It's the quick, easy project, but it's actually,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, come on. Why will
peeps appear to already be here, and it's
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
20 minutes because the lights are on and they're like they're open.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're not.
Yeah, they're always waiting around.
Not yet.
Yes.
So anyway, so plan your Caitlin Hunter project.
I'm still doing halibut,
so many.
but because I'm committed to that.
What will I do? Will it be Birkin? Will it be Autumn?
If I was going to finish it during the knit-along time period, I should do the hat. Let's be realistic here about how much time, because I only have 25 other things that I've talked about casting on.
Right.
So, and the 25 whips that are sitting on my coffee table right now. Right. No, I was looking at that. Yeah.
It'll be fine. It's fine. Fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. Be fine.
It's just not enough time.
So we're getting this podcast will come out on the Yarncast will come out on the 8th of December.
You're still doing it on Friday. I wondered about that.
No, I've still been posting on Friday, just keeping that schedule.
Sorry.
It gives me lots of time to get everything situated during the week, like editing
and show notes,
loading it, getting show notes, doing discount codes, making sure all the links are working. Like it's a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff that happens to get this thing up off the ground. And I think the last time Jen and I looked at our calendar, we weren't entirely sure if we were going to connect again prior to the holidays. I think that was kind of touch and go, but we'll figure it out.
18th.
So I think there will possibly be another one in a couple of weeks.
Not the 11th. I'm gone.
Right.
But the 18th.
Right. So it'll be like 3 weeks maybe before we see you again. I think the problem is I can't do the 18th.
No.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do another one of these
on a
days.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
16th.
So. Anyway.
Yes.
But we will do what we can to get you another one before the holidays, so you have something waiting for you.
And we're hopefully this week. I was thinking we'd do a little gift guide newsletter for folks. Yeah. We have so many amazing things here in the store that it's still, and now is the time to order them. And shipping has been really good lately, so things are still getting to people within a couple days. So,
which is amazing.
Yeah, so plenty of time still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. And there's always gift cards.
And then you can just forward that email newsletter to your loved ones and say,
be like, I want this, this, and this. Here
items 3 and 6, please.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Well, as always, thank you for spending some time with us. We know there's a lot of options out there for you. So we hope we brought you a little bit of cheer, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of, I'm going to sit and knit with or crochet with Ange and Jen for 90 minutes and see what those two crazy ladies have been up to.
Yes.
Kind of shenanigans have been going on at apparently my house. Funny story, I was looking back through old pictures of holiday times and was reminded of 2019 when my dog ate the lights off the bottom of my Christmas tree, so like the bottom half was dark completely. 2021 when the Christmas tree literally just fell over and had to be like attached to the wall. So we've had some really fun holiday shenanigans at my house, so I can't wait to see what 2023 brings, because it appears like they're like every other year at this point.
Yeah, but you're due for something.
We're due for some sort of something to happen. So what will it be this year? Yeah. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Hopefully not my house burning down.
Right. Let's not even tempt fate.
Anyway, so on that cheery note.
Oh, right.
We will see you all in a few weeks. We will try to coordinate our schedules to get another one of these out to you before the holiday weekend here. If not, we may have to bring it to you between Christmas and New Year's at the rate things are going. But we'll do what we can.
Yes, and in the meantime, mark your calendars for New Year's Eve in case you're looking for something a little bit more quiet to do.
Yep, 7 to 9. I can't guarantee that my kids won't be popping onto the screen and making funny faces or giving
There won't be any fireworks, so I
ears.
will mention that. There won't be. It won't be quite as exciting as other New Year's Eve celebrations. But you'll have started a beautiful project and be ready to go.
I can see the people rolling in. They are ready to go. So we should get this wrapped up and put away.
Okay.
We can get the store opened.
Still 15 minutes.
I know.
Just wait.
I know. So we will see all of you soon.
Thank you.
We don't see you before the holidays. Happy holidays for whatever the holiday is that you celebrate.
And enjoy happy crafting throughout December.
Crafting.
In case we
remember, just relax.
Right.
If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done.
Right.
You can only do
We
so
have
much.
all gifted people a box with a half-finished project and knitting needles in it.
Yes, we have.
I have, for sure.
I have.
And my lucky brother-in-law, who was a recipient, he had a
Baffled?
moment of like,
what?
Am I gonna
Do I have to finish this?
Do I have to? He's a hands-on DIY kind of guy, but I think he was very taken aback.
Yes.
He's used to having to guess his presents. That's his thing, and so he did not.
Guess that one?
He was wrong.
Yep, because that would have made some weird sounds in a box.
Yes, and I finished the hat, I think, that day.
Yeah, that's the thing with hats is they actually are quick, but if you're just not quite there, you're not quite there. It's just not going to work.
Nope.
So
everything else was done.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Alrighty, we do have to go.
Yep.
So
we will see all of you soon. Thank you. Bye. I just apparently found out that my kids don't have school on Friday the 22nd.
That's an office holiday for us as well for some reason. Because normally we have Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is Sunday, so I'll probably be here.
I mean, I'm probably taking Monday and Tuesday.
Well, I'm taking the whole week in between.
Well, I am too, but oh, look, and I cut off our heads. Like,
we just need to. I wondered why we could see the yarn, because normally we can't see the yarn.
I can't. I'm just gonna stand by it.
Also, you know what? I think it's
tilted forward.
I think it's tilted that way, and then down a little bit, and then I would just slide it just a hair. Yeah.
Is it up high enough now? Should I put it up higher?
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
Now I'm on the edge, but that's good because when you sit down, I think it's right. Right?
No.
Here.
No, it needs to go that way.
No. We just solved it.
We're just gonna scoot in.
Yes. That's easier.
Okay.
Because it's the right. Otherwise.
Everything else is right.
I think so.
Okay.
All right. So I gotta open my Ravelry thing so I can remember.
What all the things are. Can I just say this weather is complete garbage?
Yeah.
But I know there's more garbage weather coming in. But
yeah,
garbage in the sense of this is like 100% Pacific Northwest style weather where
It's
it's
making
like
me cough. It's
cold
just damp.
and it's
like,
damp
yeah.
and it's
Is that on?
foggy. Yes.
Oh.
And it's miserable.
I agree. It's with all of
and
that.
this is why I moved from the Northwest to avoid this weather.
It's just a continuation of our crap rain weather from all year long.
And every November, early December, and every like April, I have to suffer through like a week or two of this weather.
But think of it this way, it's not 12 months.
Yes, that's the only thing that gets me through is that it's a very short period of time, but I'm generally very cranky while it's happening because I don't like it.
Yes, right.
It's
I
awful.
Agree. Why is that? It's my project, right? Come on.
Very gross. So yesterday, I spent most of the day.
I had a very frustrating day yesterday.
Oh. For folks that don't know, I'm on my school's PTO.
For her.
I know, because I need other things to do. And one of our big events that we do in December is the holiday bazaar. Mm-hmm. And so the holiday bazaar is like a giant shopping day that we set up for the kids. So we get donations, people make crafts, like sometimes
all that stuff
kids
you were
make
making.
craft, like all the things that I work on and off. And what it does is it allows the kids to come in. They come in with a little bit of money, like $20 or less, tags, and they can do shopping for their family members or friends or whomever. Everything that they purchase gets wrapped. So they can go home with gifts that their family are surprised by. We get a wide variety of things, as you can imagine.
That's nice.
It's a lot of work, but it's really great. It's a tradition that our school's been doing for years, decades probably. In fact, some of my fellow PTO members actually went to the school and they were like, yep, we had holiday bazaar back when I was in elementary school. So it's been generational, which I think is amazing. But one of the things that the PTO does is we do our own craft day where we all get together, work on projects. And as you might imagine, I ended up being sort of in charge of putting the things together that we were going to be crafting on. I actually enjoy that. Enjoy finding projects. The challenge is finding projects that you can complete in like one session. Because a lot of craft projects are like paint this and let it dry and then come back to it. So can't really do that for this kind of work day.
And needle felting might be dangerous, so.
So we do things like we get those little plastic ornaments that pop together, and then we fill them with like dog biscuits for people who have dogs, and we were making like felt cat toys, and we were making these little gnomes. So you make the gnome hat out of felt, like a piece of felt, and you glue some buttons on it and like a little wooden nose, and then the beard was actually yarn. So
like a
using
pom-pom.
like bulky,
or a big tassel.
Big tassel, like bulky with like Lion's brand, like they're super bulky, whatever.
So you need 3 strands.
You still need 50, but it was, you know, I have some work injuries.
Oh my goodness, the gnomes were vicious yesterday.
Well, you make it by wrapping the yarn around your hand, and then you tie it off, and then you cut it. Some people were taking it off their hand to cut it, but I can't cut straight unless it's already like there. So, so the scissor injury is on the back of my hand.
Wow.
Making gnome beards with the yarn.
I think as a delegator, you should have delegated that task to somebody else.
I know.
The small children with scissors are also problematic. Oh, this was the grown-ups.
No, just grown-ups.
Well, even grown-ups with scissors.
I mean, we made glitter ornaments. That was actually really fun. No, that worked really well. You get like polyacrylic, and you squirt some inside the ornament, and you swirl it around so the polyacrylic's good, and then you dump glitter in and do the same thing, and then you tip it upside down so the excess drains out. They actually are really cool looking. That was one where I was like, I don't know, this is going to be hit or miss. I haven't had a chance to try it. I like to try, like, have like an example, like this is what it looks like. And I just ran out of time, so I was like, we're just going to wing it. And
I'm sure it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of those days yesterday where Well, I didn't know I was teaching a class until until the end of the week, so that was a little something. But that was fine. It was a class I taught before, and it was fine. And it turned out to be pretty straightforward, so that was good. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to be in town anyway, then I'm going to go run some errands, and I'm going to go to these 2 craft fairs.
Oh my God, was it crazy?
Well, it was very irritating. I ran my errand, and then I went to the one craft fair, which is a new one that was down at Hula, which is like a makerspace kind of place.
How did that go?
I had this postcard on my refrigerator for months now.
Yep.
And apparently I didn't read it because apparently you had to buy tickets ahead of time to get in. And they were, so I got there at like 1 and they were like, well, I'm sorry, you know, well, I saw a sign as I walked in. Of course, the parking lot is like a half a mile away.
Right, because the parking
and it was raining,
is crazy.
Drizzling. So, of course, I walked over and I thought, well, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. This will be good. I can get some Christmas shopping done because I like to buy, you know, handmade things for people if I can.
Yeah.
And so I get to the door and she says, well, you know, tickets are available after 3. You can go online and buy them. And I was like, well, I'm not going to.
You're like, I'm not coming back.
No, I'm not. So then I went and had some lunch. And then because I was waiting for the other craft fair that was at the Shelburne Craft School that Ariana was doing some stuff for, and also where I've been taking classes. And so I went down there and it was
a mob.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's not a big place anyway, and there's not a ton of parking. But
so
there
like
is
India Entangled, circa 2010.
Crazy. Like I didn't even get out of the car. There was nowhere to park, and there was like a ton of traffic. It's right in the sort of intersection of a busy part of a small little town here.
Yeah.
And when I left, finally got my car turned around in a parking lot with no parking spaces left in it, and that dead ends. And of course, people had parked like all over the place. So anyway,
you could have parked at my office and walked.
Well, I mean, I thought about that, and I could have parked like by the library and walked the back way through. But by then,
you were like, I'm done.
Was not a happy camper, and I thought I don't need to bring this joy of Christmas into this event.
It seems like
they seem to have enough people buying things, so off I go. So then I went, and I had planned to try and get my tree yesterday, so I just thought, fine, I'm just going to go do that. So I felt like all I did was drive up and down Route 7. I went down to Virgins to go to the dump, came back up here, went all the way back down past Virgins to Middlebury to get my tree where I always go. And so the tree is in the house and it's in its stand and it has water.
We were having that debate
It's not decorated, but it's done.
Whether because
I can't. I'm not here next weekend.
My other people are working the Scout. The Scout tree sale this morning.
Not the one in Shelburne or
the one in Moncton.
Yeah.
They're on our troop does its own stuff. But they're also working next weekend, and I just like if we get it today, like we're not gonna have time to put it up. Like it's just gonna sit outside. So let's just wait till next weekend.
I'm gonna be gone next weekend, and I was really afraid that if I waited till the following weekend,
there wouldn't be any.
There'd be nothing left. And I like a big tree, so
it
may not be decorated for weeks still, but it's up.
Yeah. We've had a number of Charlie Brown trees over the years because we do get them from the Scouts, and so
I don't mind. Honestly, I go and I bring the stick, the 7-foot stick, and I'm like, it's taller. It's like 2 feet taller. Good, we're done. I don't even care. It's a very this year it does have sort of a squash spot, and it's a tall, skinny tree.
Right.
But
because you probably have to.
So that was my exciting day yesterday. After a very long week of travel.
That's only free one right there.
So. It just made me cranky.
We have a small person here.
We do.
With us. Because schedules. Because the other half of the household is working at the tree stand.
And today is Sunday, not our normal Monday afternoon. Right.
Yes. And a 7-year-old can't stay home by herself. So,
not quite yet.
Not yet. So here she is. She's okay. She's getting some screen time that she normally doesn't get, so she's delighted. She's been excited.
Right.
Counting down the minutes till we left this morning.
I thought to myself, I hope Ange remembers that we're doing this morning as I drove in, and I wasn't really worried about it. And then you were here before me, and I was like, oh, well, look at that. And of course, I forgot that Abigail was coming, and so I went to go in the kitchen. And I was,
well, there's a person back there.
Oh, look, there's someone on a couch.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very quiet when she wants to be.
Well, headphones and screen. I mean, it's,
Right.
It is quiet.
So we may have some minor interruptions from time to time
That'll be fine.
to help with tech challenges that may crop up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been super busy. Our winter sports are starting. The younger one started this weekend with some of her stuff, and then the older one starts tomorrow. So basketball time, which is fine.
It's just a lot right around holiday season. Yeah.
It's a lot, and I still have some craft things for the bazaar that I'm still working on. And our craft day was actually earlier. Usually it's a little bit later, closer to the holiday bazaar.
Yeah, right.
This one was really early, which is fine. So there's still a few things that I'm making, like fleece neck warmers, because we struggle for things for men.
Yeah.
A lot of the craft things are, they are definitely more female oriented. But I took advantage of the Joanne Fabric fleece sale that was happening over Black Friday.
Yeah.
And over that weekend was $2.99 for fleece.
Yeah.
It's normally $15 to $20 a yard.
Yeah.
Super cheap. So, getting some more masculine colors, solid colors, plaids. But those are, that's a sewing project, so it's kind of solitary. But I got the pattern worked out, and I can whip them out pretty quickly.
Plus there's no hemming or anything, right?
No, so it's all contained. It's one of those fabric Jenga things where you fold it in half and sew it along this way, and then you pull it inside and sew it around, and then you pull it through and close it up, and it's magic, it's done.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
So yes.
I need help doing this.
Okay.
What's the word thing?
Okay, well, you may not.
Permissions must be granted for the screen to work.
Some of these may not work well. Please download the update. Oh, it's got to update. So let's go have that happen, and then it should work okay. All right? You want to pop on and say hi?
Just a disembodied hand. That looks funny.
Right?
There she is.
Stepped in your bag.
You did step in my bag.
It's 10:30.
Okay. It is 10:30. And you know what? You might not be able to do that one, okay? Because I'm not seeing. Oh, there we go. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit while all these update, and then you will be able to get back in. Okay. And if some of these aren't gonna update right now, okay, so we'll have to find something else to do. Okay. All right. Why don't you watch a movie or something?
Movie, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
Just keeping it real in the outtakes here.
That's right. Right. Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I can't really think of what I did last weekend. Did we just podcast? What?
Last weekend was Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Oh, right. So for me, it was the Thanksgiving that wasn't, because I was sick. And so that's why it's not paramount in my brain. There's nothing like spending Thanksgiving on the couch by yourself. Yeah. However, honestly, it was fine. And by Saturday, I was feeling better. But I was out really most of the whole week. So it's always fun when you have I'm working Monday, Tuesday, and half day Wednesday, and I'm going to have all this time to do these projects that have been kind of creeping up, and every weekend is so busy, and then to just feel bad enough that I wasn't really knitting. So not only do I not have a lot of knitting content to show, because I've been traveling and I didn't really knit while I was gone, and then I was sick last week, so I had. But we had a good day on Small Business Saturday. Saw lots of people.
Yep, lots of people came in.
Yeah, which was good. And then the whole weekend was pretty busy, which is also good. Part of our devious plan here to continue selling yarn.
Yep.
Everybody.
So it's a weird plan. Buy more yarn. Come buy yarn.
Right.
And all the other things that we sell that aren't yarn.
Yes, we have lots of fun little gifty things in here this year. So.
We do. Which is really cool. Well, should we get this started? We do have to be mindful of the time, because the store will open
with me at the helm.
Yes.
So I can't be doing both. Right. Yeah.
And the way things are going, people will be here. at open.
Oh yeah,
intent.
no, they were definitely waiting for me last Sunday. It was kind of it's a whole nother story, but
Yeah.
I was not ready for them, and they were outdoors at 5 up, so.
If people want yarn, that's fine. We will sell them
Yes.
yarn. So.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Sure.